Robert Taylor discloses horrible Barbara Stanwyck marriage details at 57. Robert Taylor was born Spangler Arlington Brew in Philly, Nebraska, on August 5, 1911. Taylor's tenacity and charm as a child in a small Midwestern town would shape his film career. He was disciplined and humbled by his family and Midwestern upbringing, unlike many Hollywood stars of his time. He maintained a reputation for professionalism, friendliness, and reliability throughout his decades-long career, which showed in his personal life and business. Taylor came to Los Angeles and studied engineering at the University of Southern California before discovering his interest for acting. In these formative years, he initially gained attention for his remarkable appearance and charisma, which would become his trademark. Taylor entered Hollywood early thanks to Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, one of the most prominent studios at the time, which saw his raw talent and star potential. His early films had romantic leads and action heroes, showing his acting versatility. Taylor's versatility in drama, romance, historical epics, and war films kept him alive in a volatile industry, unlike many of his contemporaries. Robert Taylor became one of Hollywood's most wealthy and acclaimed actors by the 1940s. His performances in Camille, 1936, with Greta Garbo, and Waterloo Bridge, 1940, established him as an actor with emotional depth and screen presence. His genuine manner eschewed melodrama, allowing people to relate to his characters. Taylor's vulnerability, moral strength, and quiet passion set him apart from other stars and made him popular. His partnerships with Golden Age Hollywood directors and actors showed his professional eminence and willingness to challenge himself with various and hard assignments. Taylor innovated well as the film industry changed. He showed his versatility by playing mature characters in historical epics and suspense thrillers in the 1950s after playing romantic leads in the 1930s and 1940s. Quo Vadis 1951 and Ivanhoe 1952 showed his ability to play heroic men with seriousness, while The House of the Seven Hawks, 1959, showed his adaptation to new cinematic methods. Taylor took use of television's rise to reach new viewers without compromising his cinematic standards. Robert Taylor married Barbara Stanwyck in a quiet, exquisite ceremony in San Diego, California, on May 14, 1939, after 3 years of courting. Taylor and Stanwyck were famous stars at the height of their careers, praised for their brilliance, screen presence, and glamour. Their union garnered attention from the Hollywood press and public. A few close friends and confidants attended the Hollywood chic wedding. Marion Marks, wife of Marx Brothers comic Zeppo Marx, proudly served as Stanwyck's matron of honor. Her presence brought Hollywood camaraderie, highlighting the film industry's close-knit community. Buck Mack, a vaudevillian and Stanwyck's close friend, was Taylor's best man. Mack, who married Stanwyck's sister Millie, became Barbara's surrogate father and stressed the value of trust and commitment on this special day. Taylor and Stanwyck's marriage was rocky despite their Hollywood stardom. In their nearly 12-year marriage, they balanced their hard occupations with their personal life. Their relationship suffered from Hollywood gossip columnists' continuous scrutiny. They lived with Anthony, Tony Dion, Frank Fay, Stanwyck's adopted son from a previous marriage. Taylor embraced his role as stepfather, providing advice and support in a household dominated by film schedules and public expectations. Tony was actively involved in their lives. Stanwyck filed for divorce in February 1951 after years of conflict and estrangement, ending one of Hollywood's most talked-about marriages. Stanwyck kept Tony after the divorce, strengthening her bond with her adopted son. Taylor fell in love again soon after his divorce. He met the stunning German actress Ursula Thies in 1952, who had arrived to America from Europe. Thies, who was elegant and kind, was regarded one of the most beautiful foreign ladies to arrive in Hollywood. Taylor and Thies connected immediately due to personal chemistry and a common awareness of public life pressures. They married on May 23, 1954 at Jackson Hole, Wyoming, reflecting Taylor's love of the outdoors and the couple's desire to celebrate away from Hollywood after 2 years of romance. Their marriage was characterized by love, stability, and the satisfaction of raising a family. In 1955, Taylor and Thies had Terrence, a son, and Tessa, a daughter. Born in 1959, he enjoyed fatherhood and the quieter moments away from the film set when he could be a dedicated husband and father. Taylor also became stepfather to Manuela and Michael Thies, Ursula's children from her previous marriage. By all accounts, Taylor took this role seriously, trying to give them stability and leadership while they settled in the U.S. Taylor's blended family, despite its challenges, showed his love for his family. However, tragedy hit the family heartbreakingly. Ursula found her son Michael Theus dead in a West Los Angeles motel room on May 26, 1969, weeks before Taylor died of lung disease. Michael, who had battled personal issues for years, died of a heroin overdose, ending his turbulent existence. Knowing that Michael had just been freed from a psychiatric hospital to rehabilitate from his troubles increased his anguish. Michael's issues were long-standing. He was committed to a reformatory in 1964 for attempting to poison his father with insecticide. These challenges showed a young guy locked in cycles of anguish and instability, which saddened his mother and Taylor, who had tried to guide his stepson. The tragedy of Michael's death, so close to Taylor's, added to his final chapter's sadness. Robert Taylor, a silver-haired, stunningly gorgeous Hollywood veteran, surprised many admirers at 57 by frankly discussing his troubled marriage to Barbara Stanwyck. The duo was Hollywood's most glamorous for years. Movie magazines and tabloids featured their photos, creating a fairy tale romance. However, Taylor does not look back with nostalgia. He depicted a flawed union that was emotionally crushing and frightening. Taylor said, "People thought Barbara and I had the dream marriage," his voice low and exhausted. It wasn't all love and roses, though. Something less attractive. Taylor, MGM's tall, dark, and handsome leading man, had long been under journalistic scrutiny. That scrutiny increased after his 1939 marriage to Stanwyck. She was a major star and a strong, independent lady while he was still adjusting to the studio system. In retrospect, Taylor said this disparity shaped their relationship. He frankly stated that Barbara was the star of our marriage. She was powerful, respected, and ran her profession with firmness. However, MGM was still shaping me. That difference affected our marriage in ways outsiders couldn't see. He described their home connection as discordant. Taylor claimed that their private lives often descended into disgusting territory, despite their glamorous Hollywood parties, flawless photos, and glowing interviews. He said, "We weren't Hollywood's golden pair, Robert Taylor and Barbara Stanwyck, behind closed doors. We often hated each other. Sometimes over minor issues, there were fights. She could slay you with words. I retreated, sulked, and disappeared to stay sane. That's survival, not love." Taylor revealed that the marriage was sometimes more of a studio arrangement than a love story, which was unexpected. MGM promoted Taylor's respectability by partnering him with Stanwyck to protect its star. Professional and disciplined, she was admired. Taylor realized his decision wasn't entirely mine. My relationship with Barbara pleased the studio. It made sense for publicity and appearances. No doubt, there was appeal. But love? Love is deeper and freer. I never felt free in that marriage. Stanwyck's intensity usually overpowered Taylor, he said. She was older than him, industry-savvy, and no-nonsense in job and life. Taylor remembered times when he felt more like her apprentice or employee than her husband. He indicated Barbara wanted control definitively. I was expected to follow her profession, home, and marriage life. I polished the image for a while, but inwardly I felt miserable. It's horrible when a marriage becomes about control over love. Taylor kept Stanwyck in his life despite his harsh words. He praised her loyalty, work ethic, and refusal to compromise. However, the warmth expected from a husband reminiscing a great love was absent. Instead, his recollections were bitter and regretful, implying that union had lost him happiness. "I don't dislike her," he said. "Barbara was never my enemy, but I despised our relationship. It seemed like living in a nice, cold house. Even with expensive furniture and surrounds, it never felt like home." Robert Taylor's discoveries about Barbara Stanwyck at 57 shocked fans and shattered Hollywood's most carefully maintained fantasy. His statements showed the ugly side of a marriage that had been portrayed as ideal for decades. Instead of romance, two stars were bonded by obligation, appearance, a hidden strain to preserve the Hollywood fantasy. Taylor added quietly, almost to himself, that people seek movie star lives. They don't know the price. My marriage to Barbara cost me peace of mind I can never get back.